Hello, what's up everyone? In this video, I'm going to teach about what happens when Mercury is sitting in the ninth house of D9 chart or navamsa chart in Vedic Astrology. So before beginning, if you guys not subscribe to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon and click the like button. And if you guys have any doubt of watching this video, please do mention it in my below comment section, okay? And yes, please like and follow my Facebook community page, Parikshith Astrology also. So let's begin. Now, what do you mean by navamsa chart or the D9 chart? See, navamsa chart or the D9 chart is the second most important chart of your birth chart. It mainly gets activated after your second half of your life, that is after 33 years or 36 years of your age or after your married life. It is seen for your strengths of your planet. It is also seen for your married life. It is also seen for your relationship between you and your spouse. Now, coming to the strengths of your planet. Now, let's say, for example, if any planet is debilitated in your birth chart. Now, let's say, for example, Sun is debilitated in your birth chart, and that planet Sun is being exalted in your navamsa chart or the D9 chart. That shows that planet Sun has gained extra strength or extra power. Now, coming to the married life. See, every individual divisional chart, including the main birth chart, has its own Karaka planet or the significator planet, right? Now, coming to the birth chart. See, in the birth chart, Sun is the Karaka planet or the significator planet. Likewise, in the navamsa chart or the D9 chart, Venus is the Karaka planet or the significator planet. So, Venus should be in an exalted sign, moon trichon sign, own sign, or in a friendly sign. That shows that your married life will be very good. Now, coming to the ninth house of your D9 chart or navamsa chart. Now, what does ninth house of your D9 chart or navamsa chart represent? See, ninth house of your D9 chart or navamsa chart represents your fortune, your destiny. It also represents your purpose after your married life. It also represents your higher learning, your divine learning after your married life. Now, what happens when Mercury is sitting in the ninth house of your D9 chart or navamsa chart? Now, what does planet Mercury represent? See, planet Mercury represents your intelligence. It also represents business. It also represents your communication. So, when Mercury is sitting in the ninth house of your D9 chart or navamsa chart, it shows that these people, they need to communicate themselves with higher or spiritual gurus. It also represents these people will always travel to the foreign places or holy places or the religious places after the married life. It also shows that these people, they will travel to the foreign. It also shows that these people will also travel to the foreign places for the business purpose. It also shows that these people, they need to constantly devote themselves to the God. It also shows that these people, they will learn astrology after the married life. It also shows that these people might be interested towards the political things or business things after the married life. Now, what happens when Mercury is with other planets like benefic planets and malefic planets? Now, coming to the benefic planets. Now, what happens when Mercury is with benefic planets like Moon, Venus, and Jupiter? Now, coming to the planet Moon. Now, what happens when Mercury is conjunct with planet Moon? Now, what does planet Moon represent? It represents your emotions, your mother. It also represents your mind. So when Moon and Mercury are conjuncted in the ninth house, that shows that your mind will be connected towards the religion or your spiritual learning. It also shows that you're emotionally connected towards the mother. It also shows that you might be having good sense of humor also. Now, what happens when Mercury is conjunct with planet Venus? Now, what does planet Venus represent? It represents creativity, fortune, luck after the married life. It also shows your luxurious life. It also shows your spouse. So in a man's chart, it represents wife. So when Mercury and Venus are sitting in the ninth house, that shows that these people, they will get luck when they travel to the foreign place. It also shows that these people, they will get benefit from their spouse. It also shows that these people are very much good in creativity and all. Now, what happens when Mercury is conjuncted with planet Jupiter? Now, what does planet Jupiter represent? It represents divine guru, divine knowledge, wisdom. So when Jupiter and Mercury are conjunct in the ninth house, that shows that these people, they might be interested towards the teaching sector, or they might be interested towards the banking sector, or it also shows that they might be interested to learn something related to the astrology or metaphysics and all. Now, what happens when Mercury is conjuncted with the planet which are malefics like Sun, Mars, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu? Now, coming to the planet Sun. Now, what happens when Mercury is conjunct with planet Sun? Now, what does planet Sun represent? It represents higher authorities. It represents your boss. It represents government. So, when Mercury and Sun are conjuncted in the ninth house, they will get benefit from these things. Now, what happens when Mercury is conjunct planet Mars? Now, what does planet Mars represent? It represents anything related to the engineering things. It also represents arguments. It also shows that these people can do business related to the technology. Why? Because Mars represents engineering things, Mercury represents business. Mars also represents aggressive planet. These people can be aggressive when it comes to matter of business. So you need to be very careful here. Now, what happens when Mercury is conjunct planet Saturn? Now, what does planet Saturn represents? It represents patience. It also represents the longevity of the marriage in the navamsa chart. So when Saturn and Mercury are sitting in the ninth house, that shows that these people, their marriage will get sustained whenever they communicate with their spouse. Okay, so these people, they need to constantly keep on communicating with their spouse. Now, what happens when Mercury is conjunct with planet Rahu? Now, what does planet Rahu represent? It represents Maya, it represents technology, it also represents misunderstandings, cheating, lying. So, when Rahu and Mercury are sitting in the ninth house, that shows that these people, they may not be interested in following their own dharma. These people, they not follow their own principles and all. These people might even cheat or might even lie in the marriage or after the marriage. Now, what happens when Mercury is conjunct with planet Ketu? Now, what does planet Ketu represent? It represents separation, divorce. It also represents detachment. It also represents isolation. So, when Mercury and Ketu are sitting in the ninth house, that shows that these people, unless and until they are connected towards the spirituality or the spiritual world, they will be detached from the other people. So, yep, this was my analysis of what happens when Mercury is sitting in the ninth house of D9 chart or navamsa chart. So, yep, this is it for today, guys. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe below or else I'll see in the next video. So, if you want any consultancy, please do contact my given below WhatsApp number or else you can even mail me also. So, until and unless, thank you, bye bye, love you, take care.